I didn't plan to meet her that day, I just wanted a quiet place to study. My roommate had invited a few friends over and our dorm was loud with music, laughter, and the smell of pizza, so I grabbed my laptop and went to the library. I wasn't looking for anything or anyone, I just wanted to disappear for a while. Then I saw her. She was sitting near the window, the evening sun falling through, painting everything gold, her hair catching the light, making it glow. She was focused on a notebook, her head slightly tilted, biting her lip like she was afraid of the words she was about to write. Something about the way she held her pen or the calm in her posture made me stop in my tracks. I didn't know why I couldn't look away. I walked over, my heart beating fast, and asked if I could sit there. She looked up and smiled, said sure, and that was it. Her eyes, a quiet color between blue and gray, they seemed to know more about me than I did. I sat down, tried not to seem awkward, asked what she was reading. She said biology. She was preparing for an exam and hated it but couldn't stop reading because everything was so complicated and fascinating. I told her I studied psychology and we joked about how I would study how her brain works while she studied how her body works. We laughed and it made the tension disappear. We talked about books, music, the cafeteria food being terrible, and how hard it was to be away from home. She said she was from Portland. Her parents didn't want her to study so far away. I told her I was from Minnesota. My mom still texted me every morning asking if I'd eaten. The next few days felt different. Mornings didn't feel empty anymore. Classes passed faster. Meals didn't taste routine because I knew I would see her again. Claire started saving me a seat by the window. Sometimes she brought coffee, sometimes I did, and sometimes we just sat quietly. She told me why she stayed up late reading. I told her why I studied psychology. We shared small thoughts about life and family, and slowly the silence between us became comfortable. One afternoon she asked me if I believed people ever change. I said I didn't know. She said maybe they just get tired of pretending. For the first time she spoke about herself openly, about her fears and doubts, and I listened, not interrupting. The weather turned colder, leaves fell from the trees, the semester rushing forward. One Friday night she texted me saying she didn't want to go to a party, so I came over. Her dorm smelled of vanilla, candles, books stacked everywhere. She wore a sweatshirt too big and socks with stars. We watched a bad movie but neither of us paid attention. Halfway through she asked if I ever felt like I was waiting for my real life to start. I said yes. She asked what if it never does. I stayed quiet. We kissed. It was awkward, warm, and real. When it ended she rested her head on my shoulders saying this feels safe. I said nothing to not break it. The next morning she made coffee in a chipped mug, smiled when I said it was the best coffee I'd ever had. We walked to class together for the first time in a long time. I wasn't afraid of anything. Days blurred into coffee dates, study sessions, quiet walks. She told me about her childhood. I told her about Minnesota. We learned each other's habits, tapping pens, double-checking doors. It felt easy, too easy. In the back of my mind I feared things this good don't last. I didn't tell her. I just held on, pretending time would slow down. One night we sat by the campus fountain, lights reflected in water. She asked, "What happens after this?" I said I don't want to move on. She smiled but her eyes didn't, and I realized even the best moments have shadows, and I was already too deep to let go.